Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Homestyle Homestead. My name is Lexi. I have a ton of chores I need to get done outside in the garden today. So I thought that while I'm out there, why not let the kitchen be working for me inside? I am going to be showing you ways that you can make chicken broth and store it to where it's not going to take up a lot of room in your pantry. It's really easy to use. Okay, so first things first, you're going to need some veggies. Every time I cut something up, like onions, garlic, carrots, especially carrots, I even put some green beans in there this time. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. We're gonna see. Anytime you're cutting something like that up, take the skins, take the heads, the bottoms, every part of it that you're not going to use, throw it in a bag and throw it in your freezer. Same with your chicken. If you're like me and you hate the fat and you always cut that off, that's the perfect thing to throw into a baggie and throw in the freezer and make chicken broth with it. I need to free up some freezer space, so it is time to turn this into some really delicious chicken broth. Best thing about this is it's really easy to make. I am all about simplicity here. I'm just gonna put it in a crock pot. And if you don't have a crock pot, you can put it in a big pot over a low flame on your stove as well. If you use a lot of rotisserie chickens or you have chicken with the bone in, that's also really good to make because it's more health beneficial. Okay, now I've got my chicken and my veggies. I'm gonna put this chicken, this one. I'm gonna let this bag of chicken kind of thaw for a little while because I can't break it up. But once it's broken up, actually, maybe I'll put it in here and then once it thaws out a little, I'll put more of the chicken in that one. If you're touching the chicken, move some of these veggies around a little. Okay, and now we are going to fill them each up with water. I also have some heads of garlic. I'm gonna add in a few whole cloves to each one. Just for a little added flavor. Don't worry about any of the skins on any of this. We are going to strain it all out at the end. And then I also have this shallot that I'm not going to use in time before it goes bad. So I'm just going to cut it in half and throw that in each one of those. And then the last step is to add some salt. Now you don't have to add salt. I like to add salt now because I think that it just makes the flavor that much better when it all cooks together. You can wait and add this to your recipe when you use the chicken broth, but I think just a little bit of salt in it initially helps the flavor a little bit. Put the lid on, set it at low, and let it boil all day, stirring it occasionally. We want to come back and make sure that what is on top and not covered with the water goes below the water so that it can release all its goodies into our broth. But for right now, that's it. We're just gonna leave this. We're gonna go outside, do some garden chores, run some errands, and then either later tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna show you what to do with your broth. Okay, I'm back. It's been about 4 hours, so now I am going to just stir each one. It smells amazing. Now this isn't like a completely traditional chicken broth because I do have vegetables in it, so it's kind of like a vegetable chicken broth mix. Okay. This one smells even better. It's got a lot of onion in it. Doesn't really look like I have all that much room for more vegetables. But I'm going to stick just a couple onions in that one. And I don't think I'm going to use the green beans in this. I think that might make this a little bit too bitter. So I'm going to just set that off to the side for now. I am going to add some of my carrots. We harvested these together. If you want to see that video, I will add it up above. So you can go check that out. That will give this a nice flavor too. And I'm just gonna let this continue to brew. Okay guys, it is now 6 p.m. That means that these have been going for about 8 hours and they are boiling now. These are looking good. I'm gonna give both of these a little taste test. That one's really bitter, but you can really taste the carrots in that one. This one smells more traditional. I read something somewhere that said bell peppers can make your broth pretty bitter. I think that's probably why this one is tasting bitter, and there is only bell peppers in this one. I read that and stopped putting the bell pepper trimmings in my baggies for this occasion after I read that. Okay, yeah. That one is way better, but that's okay. Now I know, and now you know. Don't put bell peppers in it. It makes it really bitter. It smells really good. This one smells better, but this one is like night and day, tastes 10 times better. I am going to add just a little bit more salt. I don't want to make this overly salty. Since this one is bitter, I'm gonna add quite a bit of salt to that one and just a little more to this one. My family likes salt, so I'm not too worried about it. You know your family and what they prefer. So I am going to leave these on low until I go to bed. Once I'm ready for bed tonight, I'm gonna turn them off and I'm gonna leave them on the counter so they can cool overnight. It's not gonna hurt anything, it'll be just fine. And then in the morning, we will strain it and we will start the process that I use. Don't mind the cat in the background. We have a stray and I'm trying not to feed him anymore because he's mean to my other cats. Makes me very sad. His name's Boo. I'll show you him. He's a sweet boy. Hi, baby. Hi. He's a really sweet boy, but anyway, in the morning, we're gonna strain it, and then I'm going to show you how I like to store it. Turn these off, let them cool, and then we will pick it back up tomorrow. Okay guys, it's the next day. Now what I'm gonna do, since everything is now cooled down, I am gonna put on my apron, because this step can get a little messy. Okay. So the next step, I am going to strain away the broth from all the veggies and the chicken. Get you a large bowl and a strainer. I want every last drop. So I'm going to put scoops in my strainer and just kind of push it around. Nothing crazy. And then this stuff isn't gonna go to waste either. After I'm done with it, this bowl I'm going to throw in my compost bin. But I am going to go through and try to pick out most of the chicken before I throw that into the composting bin, just because it is cold out now and it's not really hot enough to break down the chicken right now. But if a little gets in there, I'm not worried. At least until bear comes, then I might be worried. I'm hoping I can fit this all in one pot. So let's see here. I love my composter. It's really easy to use. I got that as a gift this past birthday, so this past February, from my brother and sister-in-law. So it's been great to have, and it works really fast. So if you're in the market for one, I have mine linked on my Amazon storefront. I highly recommend that one. Okay, so next step. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this on the stove over a low flame. What we're wanting to do is reduce the water content in our broth. This is how I store mine, to where it doesn't take up very much room. It's going to reduce down and it's gonna be thicker, and it's going to be a very concentrated chicken broth. But in doing that, you want to know how much liquid you want to add back to it when you go to reconstitute it. If you have a kitchen scale, that's going to be the easiest way to do this. Or you can get you a bowl like this that says on the side how many cups. Turn on your scale, set your bowl on, and then zero it out, because we don't want to include the weight of the bowl. Okay, and I'm gonna go over to the ounces. You'll wanna have a notebook handy to write it down. In this case, I am probably going to have to do a couple different bowls worth. Maybe it will fit in one. Maybe, are we lucky? Oh, there's one carrot in there. Okay, so I have 155 ounces. It's 154.9, so I'm gonna round up to 155 ounces. And I'm just gonna keep that information for later. I'm also going to write down which bowl I used. So large, gray. And then back into our pot now. Careful not to spill any of it. This is our liquid gold. Okay, and now just like before, you're gonna set it and forget it. I'm gonna actually turn this to like a medium heat until it starts to boil, and then I'll probably reduce it down to like medium low. Keep a note of where it's at now and the time. Right now it's 12:30 and it is just below these screws in my pot. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it and watch it. Once it reduces down to the consistency that I like, that's when I will come back and show you guys and tell you how long it takes, and then we will move forward. And it's perfect timing because my baby just woke up, so I'll be back. Okay, so it is now 3:30, and as you can see, it has condensed almost halfway. I've left it about a little below medium high. I've just came through and occasionally stirred it, stirring the bottom, making sure nothing is burning. Nothing should be burning at this point. but I am going to continue to leave this just as it is and condense that down a bit further. Okay, it is now just about 7 p.m. It has reduced even more, and this is what I am liking to see. It is much more concentrated now. So now I'm gonna turn off the heat and I'm gonna let it cool down. Okay guys, it's the next day. Yes, I know, the next day. It's not gonna take you this much time to make this. I've just had a lot going on, so it is taking me a minute to get to it. But our next step is now to process. So I have condensed this down to almost nothing. Okay, so now we're gonna weigh it again. Same bowl, zero out your scale so it takes out the weight of the bowl. You want every last drop. Okay, if you remember, we started at 155 ounces and it is now at 26.6 ounces. That means we removed 128.4 ounces of water. Okay, and here is the star of this show. I ordered these little ice cube trays off of Amazon. The cool thing about these is each one of the slots is 2 tablespoons. If you watch my vanilla extract video, you know this pitcher. It's my favorite pitcher. It makes pouring things a lot easier. Everything I'm using today, I'm gonna link in my Amazon storefront. I'm gonna name it chicken broth video. So just go on over to that. And then all of this stuff will be linked in there. So you can get all of the stuff that you're gonna need to make this just like I am. I'm hoping I can get these all even. Okay, and here I have 13.1 ounces, and there's 15 of them. These things are really cool because they come with lids, so I'm just going to pop that on. I'm going to very carefully set that on my cookie tray. That'll just make transferring it to the freezer a lot easier. Now we only have a little left. Exactly, that is crazy. Okay, and this one is, no kidding, the exact same, 13.1 ounces, and there's 15. That makes me really happy because that means that they're pretty evenly distributed between the 2 trays. I like to write down every single measurement just because I am like overly thorough. All right, and now I am going to put this in my freezer, making sure that it stays flat. So I'm gonna put that in there and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm gonna let those freeze and then I'll come back and tell you how to reconstitute them. I should bring in my big guns for the math. That's my formula.
Ounces of water.
Okay, Dad.
Divided by.
Okay, I know, yes. It's the next day, again. But it's for a good reason. When we were trying to put this formula together on how to reconstitute it, me and my husband about had a stroke trying to figure that out. And then it came time that we had to go to our dinner plans, so it was too late in the night when we figured out the formula. Normally when I make this, I just guess. I pop a couple out, throw them into some water, and adjust it if I need to. But for you guys, I want to tell you exactly how to reconstitute it to where it's exact. Okay, it's not gonna be exact because I am rounding some numbers, but it's gonna be really close. Okay, here is your formula. You're going to take the weight of your broth. We started with 155 ounces. You're then going to reduce the water away and weigh it again. And that's going to be your concentrate number, which we got 27. Subtract that from your broth, and that will equal how much water you removed from your broth, which is 128 ounces. Or cups. If you want to do it in cups, just divide these numbers by 8 because there's 8 ounces in a cup, and that will get you cups. Then you're going to take water divided by the number of pods in your little tray. I have 30. So 128 ounces divided by 30 equals 4 ounces, or 16 cups divided by 30 pods equals half a cup per pod. This is just my example. This is what you want to focus on. Weigh your broth initially, then remove the water and weigh it again. Then subtract that number from your broth. That will give you how much water you need to remove, and you need to put that much water back into your 30 pods. So however many pods you do, fill in here, and that will give you how much water to put to each pod. Okay, so now that we have our formula, we know how many cups of water per pod. Let's reconstitute it. Okay, so however much broth your recipe calls for, measure that out in water. Normally I do this in a saucepan over the stove, but I'm going to show you here. I need 2 of these pods because I'm making a cup's worth. Pop them in. Melt it down. And now you have chicken broth. Okay guys, and just like that, you have 19 cups worth of chicken broth condensed down into 2 little ice cube trays. That's gonna take up no space at all in your freezer. Okay, I just wanna show you guys a little bit of space reference. These jars represent how much space it would take if you were to can that same amount of chicken broth, 19 cups worth, compared to this side with these tiny little ice cube trays. It takes up a lot less space. So I highly recommend you try this. I hope that this helps you save a little bit of space in your pantry. Let me know in the comments if you tried this. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to stick around. And until the next one, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.